Okay, folks, so we are going to be doing another one of our Eileen deep dives into the Eileen tutorials, Eileen guide, and we've talked to you now about what to do at low frame rate variance. I'm going to add a little bit more to that today because I saw something last night that I forgot about, and I would like to add that to the arsenal of things to do from that -3 to -1 kind of range. Keep in mind, whenever I say negative or positive, in my mind, I think of frames as like the 3 situation, absolute value 3. But really, if I'm saying -3, I'm always talking about for you. You're the Eileen player who's attacking. You're the one who has positive frames. So if I say -3 here or +3 here, just know that I'm always talking about your options as the attacking Eileen who has positive frames. So we're talking about +3. But as I talk about this, you're going to find that I'm going to flip back and forth between negative and positive, 3, 6, 7, 8. Really, it's just about the situation of frames being 7 plus or minus, 8 plus or minus. I'm not going to say that every single time because it's just a pain, but I'm going to try and keep it straight, but you're going to hear me go back and forth. So try not to get confused. Always know that I'm talking about you as the attacker who has positive frames all the time. Okay. With that in mind, let's quickly go over the last thing I thought of last night that I want to add, which is for the -3 situation, KG cancel for Eileen is very good at catching someone who's evading, especially if they want to press a button afterwards. So it's still your turn. They don't get to press a button here. And you can go up to... Well, let me move my camera here a little bit. You can go up to 21 frames here. So as long as you buffer it properly, you have basically all day. This is the slowest move I would ever use, and you can pop it out if you want to commit hard. So, 6.6p could work. 9K works. 3.3p works. 4.3p plus K works. 9K works, of course. 3p is also quite strong. And it's a little easier to hit check. 1p plus K is good, but it's a low, so I might be wary. I'd stick to her good mids here. The best one is 4.3p plus K. So the hefty amount of damage, and you can cancel if you need to. So that's the additional thing I would add to the how to handle someone who's evading crouch dash canceling at that -3 range, where Eileen really doesn't have great options outside of her KG cancel. Every character does not have a KG cancel. So the fact that she has one, it's very fast and fairly good, means you should be using it. So this is another area where you can use it. Now we're going to go into the much more fun thing of Nitaku. I talked to you about -1, -3 range. Talked a little bit about -4. It's going to be redundant to -3 stuff. -5, we already talked about as well. So we're going to go from -7 to -9. That's today's talk. What do you do there? Basically Nitaku. We're going to skip 6. Because options don't change drastically for Eileen at -6. But -8 is a really big number for her, a very important number for her. So we're going to talk about that one. And let's find some moves on block. Start. This is -7, 7, 8. There's an 8. Another 8. It's also 7. So a lot of her moves leaves her at -7 on block. A lot of her... There's an 8. There's an 8. That's an important 8. Let's use that one. So, from -8, and we're gonna have the computer bar her. Nitaku is an important place because that's the first time where Nitaku means -6. Again, your opponent's at -6 to -9. That's just how I think of it. So bear with me here. -6 is when you can start to enforce a throw mix-up, because they can no longer fuzzy guard under your throws. That's why -6 and above is a good place to be as an attacker. So if you want to beat a character who has 12 frame jabs, you can use from -6 a 17 frame move, or a 18 frame move, or faster, and you'll beat any attack they try to do. That fast attack is going to be 12 if that's their fastest jab. 11 frame jabbers, from +6, you can do a 17 frame move and beat their jab attempt. So Eileen has 11 frame jab. Her 2P is 12. Now, does she have a 17 frame move? Yeah, it's her 1P plus K. 17 frames. For KG, what's she doing here? That's her jab. Try this again. Yeah, her KG, beats. Well, we're negative. We're +8 here, so that means for me, I can use a 19 frame move, like 4-3P plus K. KG. Sorry, 4-3 KG is a great option here. If you buffer it perfectly. If you are late, you're gonna get counter hit like that. So you gotta be ready for it. Another good option here is 4-3P plus K. Another 19 frame move. Remember, you're +8 here. I can actually show it. Another area you can do it is, I just have them be counter hit. Because jab is +8, elbow is +7, 2P is +7. So if you get a jab, 4-3P plus K. Jab counter hit, 4-3P plus KG. Those are both going to beat any 11 frame jabbers. And what's good about both of these moves is that the first one, 4-3P plus K, is a mid counter hit and normal hit launcher. And this other move, 4-6 KG, is a special high kick, which means that even if they do a 2P, a crouching punch, you'll still win because as you see, you have to buffer it properly. It's a special high, which means that low attacks are treated like mids if they're on the screen. But they can duck it. And what's worrying about them ducking it, that they can launch you afterwards. I was trying to block there and I can't. So those are just some first past the post kind of moves I'd say to utilize. Another move you can start throwing in there is shoulder. It's 18 frames, but because of the command, it really becomes 19. So you have to press 3-3P plus K. It will also beat, oops, try it again. It'll also be 2P from +8. I'm giving you the +8 moves. Okay? Because really, it's saying 18 there, but really it's 19. Because I'm doing it from standing. If I was crouching and I blocked the move, and I was +8, then I could use shoulder right away. And shoulder will beat a bar attempt from +7. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 7 will work. So let's have her do this. Like that. As you see, still works. And because of the property of this move, you can get under highs as well, I think. No, you do not get under highs, unfortunately. Not from positive range. It's a weird move. It gets under highs and mids from like when she's at disadvantage, but not from advantage. So I wouldn't recommend doing it from there. Another move to use from Nitaku is 4-3P. But you must guess that they're going to either do a high. Really, 4-3P is good even from negative. So I personally don't use it from advantage unless I think they're going to run away from me. If they're going to like backdash, do some kind of weird movement thing, then I'll use 4-3P. Now, those are kind of the basics. That's level 1, layer 1 things. Of course, you can throw them if they're going to guard. What about they start using our favorite ECED stuff? Well, as you see, I'm +8. Wait, did I do it? Oh, I'm just fuzzy guarding. I didn't evade. Try it again. It's hard to time it on block, because the time is a little different. There we go. So you'll catch them with your circulars, which is great, right? We like that. However, because they're in Nitaku, they're more likely to start throwing in 2Ps in your face. So your circulars suddenly become a little bit more frustrating to use, because that 2P is much more likely to come out if they think you're going to throw them. And you don't get a huge reward here for guessing it right. Now you're -8 you're -7 all of a sudden, because you got counter hit 2P'd. And all you would win is a counter hit KG. You're back turn, you're +7, but like, that's not great. So another thing you might think to do is, throw out your sweep, like we were at the earlier situation. However, again, because of how slow it is, you're going to lose again the 2P. So you're going to lose the 2 of the same options. 2 of your options are going to be lost to the same defensive technique, which is Abare 2P. You may be inclined to go 9P now, but unfortunately 9P is very unsafe on evade. I was trying to block there. So, and you might get a combo, which is worth it actually sometimes. And you might make that decision to do a combo, go for the combo, go for the read, go for the 9P. But it's not going to be a very consistent way of gaining damage safely over time. So let me try to explain what one might want to do here. And this is where being a little sneaky will be helpful. So this one is ECED, right? Fuzzy guard yourself. That way, if they do decide to Abare, you're going to block it. Or you can backdash 4-3P plus K and react to what they do. This is especially if you're noticing that they're either throwing out a 2P on your face or they're evading in front of you when it's their turn. You're building in a delay here. This is why 4-3P plus K is so useful. Now they might start doing this. They might start Abaring with a bigger move. And they're going to catch you. Now what do? Well, it's 9K then. You want them to do that. Then you can just start playing whatever you want. You can do whatever you want there. You can throw 9P in their face. The 9P is going to beat their elbow. They could also try like running jab. And that will work as well. And this is where it's a little hard actually. This is where backdash 4-6P can be helpful, but you have to react to it. You have to kind of know it's going to come. I would recommend backdash 1P plus K, because then you can start pushing. If you don't just want to use your frames to begin with, just counter hit them, because they're coming in your face now. You can do whatever you want, right? You can do whatever you want to them at that point. Then you finally kind of push on them the pressure of, well, I have to press the button now, or I'm going to try and press the button because I'm tired of evading and getting thrown, or evading and getting frames coming out, frames being wasted, and then they're going to get counter hit or normal hit launched with your shoulder or with your 4-3 P plus K. All of those are quite useful for you in those situations. So that's the +8 situation. You can use 19 frame moves. +9, you can use 20 frame moves. Not much really changes other than you get 6 XP. That becomes a new move you can now use all of a sudden. Let's see what we got here to do this. Show you this. Yeah. Like that. 6 XP now opens up. However, all of this will still lose pretty badly to evades. So you need to, and they can, I believe, punish you here. Oops, I got a block. Yep, you're punishable. So I tried to block there. So herein lies the issue with Eileen from the Nitaku range. All of your frame trap situations are unsafe for Eileen if she is evaded. So you really got to pay attention to whether you're going to get evaded or not. Sometimes it doesn't make sense to use the frames fully to their full effect. Sometimes it doesn't make sense to frame trap someone because for Eileen, she's going to be counter hit. Many characters will, but for Eileen, you really don't want to get counter hit from the side because you need all the health you got. So what I can also recommend for you to do is sometimes just do a small move. Do a small move that you can afford to get evaded. Those moves are elbow. I'll show you why. You can still block there. You can even 9P there if they decide to go for, you know, a big old, or you can evade them back. (2P) still available to you. Jab becomes a bit better here because now if they evade you, it's still your turn. I'm +9 here, keep in mind. So I can go up to, let's try this. 17. I'd say up to 17 is useful. So unlike, you know, small advantage, like +3, +7, +8, +9, around there, that's when you can start using your jab to bait out and evade if they're ECDing you a lot. And you won't get a huge reward, but you won't get hugely punished. And you can punish your opponent's attempt to press a button, which is quite valuable. So there's a bit more of a mix-up going on both sides for your Eileen when there is a large advantage on one side or the other. What else do we want to say here? That's +8, +9, +7. Let's go to +7 now. +7 against Eileen, you can do 18 frame moves, which she doesn't actually have any that are available to her from the jump. So you really have to keep using against 11 frame jabbers from +7. You gotta use her 17 frame moves, which aren't the best. It's your 1P plus K, it's your 1P, it's your 9K. So you don't really get great options at +7 against 11 frame jabbers, but against 12 frame jabbers, +7 allows you to use your 19 frame attacks. So I'll show you that. Which we went over already for your +8. Basically, +8 against 11 frame jabbers is the same as +7 against 12 frame jabbers. Again, the same issues apply. If they evade you, they evade any of your frame trapping moves that you could use from Nitaku at +7, you're gonna get hit. You're gonna get counter hit. You're gonna get recovery counter hit. So sometimes, unless you're really sure they're just gonna stand there or they're gonna press a button, it doesn't make sense to go for the big move. If they've shown you they're gonna evade like this, let's see, can I get it? Like that, they don't show you they're gonna evade, then I would recommend throwing out a small move like an elbow. I think a 3P is actually safe. Let me double check that for you. No, it's not. Yeah, so if you're not sure, elbow. That's all you can do. If you're not sure if they're going to evade you and you're not willing to do a full circular low because they've shown you that they're willing to use 2P. So they're mixing up between 2P and evade. You might want to elbow them until you have a better read. And then once you have a good read, then go for something bigger. Now, one actual additional thing about 4P plus P plus K is that you can get out of this nasty situation by using up giggle, up P plus K, or if they go for the jab. Nope, try it again. Oh, didn't get the evade. You can go down, and you can punish them for it. May not get a full combo. Depends what they do exactly, but if they go for a high, you can get them. There we go, like that. Or they do the low, get up there. You can even, let's try this again. Hit them right away. If you're really sure they're gonna do it. This requires you react. Yeah, and if you're wrong, you react kind of late, you're gonna get caught. So sometimes just doing this to kind of hedge your bets. Because what's the worst? If they're mixing up between evading like this, you're like negative, you're negative, and your back turn potentially. Or you just kind of turn back around and you can back off. So it's not like the worst situation. This command is up forward P plus K plus G. So, you know, there's reactions based in this move. 4P plus 3P plus K is such a deep move. There's so much room for expression here that you can really go into a lot. If they even stand like that, you can go into your, I showed you on the second day, go into your guard break. If they're just gonna stand there and block like this, oops, try it again. Run their face. This is where her mix-ups become quite useful. The more you can find ways to utilize this move, the better you're going to be as an Eileen. So a winning exchange with 4-3P plus K is essentially anytime. And don't forget, you can also just, they block it, you're -8, but you're also pretty far away. Take a look at that. So let's say they want to press a button on you, right? Now we're diving deep into this one move. Oh, look at that. Look at how that whiffs. And you can whiff punish them. So learn the max range of that attack. And as I told you the other day, practice buffering. And every time you backdash, all you gotta do is hold down forward. And if you see a move come out, press P plus K at the right time and you'll whiff punish them. How about if they jab you? Same thing. But it's harder to whiff punish. So there, you might not be able to actually hit them. Unless you really know they're going to do it. And at that point, you're doing, you're basically barring at that point. You could try to react to P, but I think the problem here is that the computer's not holding forward while they're pressing punch. So it's just like an in-place punch. But if they hold forward punch, I believe you'll actually be able to reach them. And you'll be able to hit them in time. Another thing I'll show you here is if they throw, you're free to do whatever you want to them. They throw, you basically just covered multiple options. So I encourage you to explore for 4-3P plus K from +7 against 12 frame jabbers and +8 against 12 frame jabbers as a good frame trap situation, and it's one of her most powerful options. So with that, I'll end today's discussion on some moves you can use from Nitaku and some really safer ways to use Nitaku, because really Eileen is not very safe when it comes to utilizing her frame traps at the +6 to +9 range. If you want to use your frame traps there, power to you. You must have a very good read, but if they evade you, you're gonna get hurt and you'll be side turned, and that's not good for Eileen. You don't want to be there. Don't do it. Don't be side turned. I don't want you to be side turned. I don't want to be side turned. Let's just try to not get side turned, okay? All right. See you all later. Bye.